I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this is your Lake of the Ozarks news update brought to you by Old Kinderhook and Yacht Club Power Sports.
Well, today we're going to be talking about a new definition of Ogre.
The annual Dogwood Parade in Camdenton.
And the new water patrol boats that are going to be on the lake this summer.
And lots more after this word from Old Kinderhook.
Old Kinderhook at Lake of the Ozarks has everything for your getaway in one convenient location, featuring a Tom Weiskopf designed golf course. The trophy room offers a unique dining experience with an amazing view serving breakfast, lunch, and casual dining. Old Kinderhook is your perfect stay and play destination, offering nightly and weekly accommodations, marina facilities, a luxurious spa, and an event space to host a variety of different occasions. Discover your place at the lake. Call for 2014 rates and information, or visit us online.
Wikipedia defines the word ogre as a large, hideous, man-like monster. And for these cyclists signing up at Oz Cycles in Lake Ozark this past weekend, ogre carries a whole different meaning. Oz owner and ride coordinator, Dan Dugan.
So by now, a lot of people in the community have heard of Ogre, and it is an acronym, and it stands for Ozark Gravel Road Expedition. Basically, we're letting people come down to this area. We're setting up a course throughout the countryside outside of the lake area, and we give them maps, and they have to ride their bike and use the map to navigate the course.
The race covers 154 miles of mostly grueling gravel roads, and it starts at the crack of dawn at Big Surf Water Park. The first checkpoint is at Tunnel Dam Gardens, and that's where we caught up with the racers and their support teams.
Coming up that hill, I got a pretty bad leg cramp in my quad and in my left calf, so right now I'm in quite a bit of pain, but I feel optimistic about finishing so far. I am actually ahead of my time last year.
Sister and brother Riley and Oliver Thompson explain how the race works.
So this is pit stop 1, and so the racers will come through here and they receive the next segment of their map, and they also receive their little slap bracelet here for completing the first 50-mile leg here. So what they do is we take down their time information right here just to make sure that everybody's on course and everything, and then they meet with their support crew over here, and then they exit to the right and do a 15-mile loop.
From here, it's another 100 miles or so to the finish line, which just happens to be in Oz. Oz Cycles, that is. And the first rider in was a first-time Ogre racer from Oklahoma.
This ride was just incredible. We started at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was semi-dark, and having never had the opportunity to race in Missouri before, and right off the bat we were flying down these steep hills and going up these really steep hills. Probably 20 minutes into the race, I lost my map. I had it on a steep hill, and I had to turn around and go get my map. And Mount Orab, everybody talks about, is the worst hill out here. It is just incredible.
As the cyclists trickled in and the after-party began, we asked one rider to sum up the race for us.
It was 154 miles of gravel on single speed. It was nice at the beginning and nice at the end and brutal in the middle where the hills were the worst.
For Lake TV, I'm Bob Spicer in Lake Ozark.
The annual Dogwood Parade came to Camdenton on Saturday. Floats, political candidates, and local organizations made their way through town for the 64th year of the Dogwood Festival, and Lake TV was there.
Let's have a big hand for our Miss Dogwood and contestants. Camdenton 8th grade band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. And there's Lake TV. Look for them at mylaketv.com. How you doing, Sean? Good to see you, buddy.
There'll be more Water Patrol boats on the Lake of the Ozarks this summer as the Missouri State Highway Patrol adds 4 Donzi Center consoles to its fleet. Highway Patrol recently announced it would be ramping up training and enforcement efforts to help during the busy season. 4 new boats will bring the total to 16 of them on the Lake of the Ozarks, so watch out for the patrol.
A proposed ordinance in Lake Ozark would ban concealed weapons on all city property. Last week, the City Board of Aldermen passed the first reading for the ordinance, and a second reading is planned for the next board meeting on May 13th. If it is passed, regular citizens would not be allowed to carry a concealed weapon onto any property owned by the city, even if they possess a concealed carry permit. A weapon inside a vehicle would not be considered a violation of the ordinance. And the law would allow city aldermen to carry a concealed weapon into a board alderman meeting as long as they are a board member. Violations would not be considered a criminal act, but there could be civic penalties as a result.
In a bizarre incident last week, Camden County Presiding Commissioner candidate Greg Hasty says he thinks the driver's side window of his vehicle was shot out at the Camdenton Square. Hasty says he was preparing to make a left-hand turn when a small piece of glass flew out of the middle of the window. Then he says the window just crumbled into the car. Camden Police Chief Laura Wright says the incident was investigated, but no evidence of a gunshot was discovered. Hasty thinks it might have been a BB gun shot by a neighborhood kid, and he rejected any speculation that the incident was politically motivated.
A convicted rapist has finally been sentenced in Morgan County after he disappeared a few days before his scheduled sentencing last fall. Authorities say Timothy Wayne Register moved his court-ordered GPS device and vanished on October 13th. He was found and arrested more than 3 months later at a motel in Oregon. Register is 49 years old and was convicted last year on counts of statutory sodomy, statutory rape, and child molestation. He has now been sentenced to 90 years behind bars.
Indian Rock Golf Club is no longer owned by the Bank of Sullivan. Last week it was confirmed that the club was sold to a pair of investors. Director of Operations Adam Stewart will reportedly remain in his current role. Stewart was hired last year by Bank of Sullivan to manage the club. Indian Rock was foreclosed and then purchased by Community Bank of the Ozarks back in March of 2011, but in late 2012, the FDIC looked over the bank and took it over and entered into a lost share transaction with Bank of Sullivan. The golf course is expected to announce new incentives and improvements in the next few weeks.
The Katy Trail has been good for hikers, bikers, and local Missouri communities, and some in Eldon are hoping the Rock Island Trail project will extend some of the same benefits to their town. Local organizers recently joined with several other Missouri towns in a nonprofit group called MORIT, and that could help move the process along, according to McNally. He says the group is working with the Missouri Central Railroad Corporation, which is owned by Ameren, to get a rail banking agreement. That agreement would allow the Rock Island Trail to be built on top of the unused rail bed, but would keep the Railroad Corporation as owners of the land. McNally says the trail could bring more tourism and events to Eldon, which could help boost the local economy. After a message from Yacht Club Power Sports, we'll take a look at some events coming to the lake area this weekend. Stay with us.
Things are looking up at Yacht Club Power Sports. On the water, in the woods, or on the streets. At Yacht Club Power Sports, we have your ticket to ride. Like an awesome lineup of Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. The Can-Am Maverick Max can tear up the trail, or you can make your own trail. Come into Yacht Club Power Sports and check out the all-new Sea-Doo Spark. Things are looking up at Yacht Club Power Sports in Osage Beach, under the big red sign in front of Hy-Vee. Yacht Club Power Sports, where the fun begins and never ends.
The American Legion in Sunrise Beach hosts its 5th annual Trivia Night on Wednesday. There will be tastings from local restaurants as well as a silent auction and, of course, that trivia contest. Tickets are $25. The doors open at 5 p.m.
And the first weekend in May offers plenty to keep residents and visitors busy on land and in water. Osage Beach Farmers Market will hold their opening day on Saturday from 9 to 1. There will be live music, face painting for kids, burgers on the grill, and a raffle. The market is held at Stonecrest Mall in Osage Beach and offers locally grown produce along with grass-fed meat and baked goods.
There are sure to be some bargains in Laurie this weekend. The 27-acre yard sale is coming to the Laurie Fairgrounds Saturday. That event will be held rain or shine from 8 in the morning until 2.
If you're a fan of hot rods, then you'll need to head to the Strip in Lake Ozark for the Magic Dragon Street Meet this weekend. The event runs from Friday through Sunday and will bring hundreds of street machines, old and new, with plenty of eye candy for crowds and a judged competition on Sunday.
And the boating season officially begins with a lake-wide game of poker at the Spring Harbor Hop. Dozens of waterfront restaurants will welcome boaters, and there will be prizes for the best and worst poker hands.
The lake's busy season is gearing up, and we'll be here every week to keep you up to date on what's happening on and off the water. Until next time, I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this has been your Lake of the Ozarks news update brought to you by Old Kinderhook and Yacht Club Power Sports. Thanks for watching.